What is up, buds? Welcome to Weed&d, the Beanie Positive live tabletop role-playing experience. I am your beanie for the night, Beanie Allen McClanahan, but you can call me Beanie. Oh man, so good to see you guys tonight. I got something on the brain and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's beanies or something, but man, what a great little Christmas sesh that we had together. What a fantastic little community. I gotta say, man, you guys just warmed my heart. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us and enjoying this little piece of magic that we get to weave for you every week. It really is the greatest blessing. And to start this new year with you guys is just fucking... I'm a very happy man. We did say, because we extended our one-shot, our Christmas one-shot, we said we were going to extend Christmas a little bit. And so to play on that, what I'm going to be doing this week, we will be doing the second part of our giveaway that we talked about last week. We did a little $25 Amazon gift card on Twitch last week. Congrats to Munge Party for winning that. And we have one more this week. And this time we're going to show some love to our YouTube buds. So this sesh posts every Friday, 4:20 on the Art Hard Studios YouTube page. If you comment, like, and share the video, you will be eligible to win a $25 Amazon gift card. So again, just a little thank you to our YouTube buds. I know I don't get to shout you guys out as much. It's not as immediate as Twitch where I'm like screaming your names sometimes. But I gotta say, we appreciate anybody, wherever you are, however you can watch this show. The fact that you spend your time with us just means the world. So thank you guys so much. We freaking love you. We did, like I said, we were giving a lot of stuff away last week. So we also did our lipstick and dice, our LSD giveaway on Instagram. Congrats to Nicole Marie Unger, who won that. You'll be getting a set of dice and a nice, gorgeous tube of lipstick. If you don't follow us over on Instagram, just head over to Art Hard Studios on Insta. Follow us. We'll be doing other kinds of fun giveaways and stuff. So it's really is a good time. Stephanie takes care of that, and man, she does such a good job. Visiting our Instagram is a joy, even for me, and I am involved with this project on every level. So thank you guys so much. We are extending the Discord one-shot eligibility for one more week. So you have until the end of the week this week to join the Weed&d Discord. I will be pulling at the end of the week 5 names from the Discord, verifying with them and so forth. But the first 5 names, you all have a chance to play in a one-shot. Not a chance, you will, play in a one-shot Dungeon Mastered by me. So it'll be a nice little buds community game. We'll get a chance to play with some of you guys that have been hanging out with us and chilling on Discord and stuff. Definitely check out the Weed&d Discord. It is a party and a half. We do listening parties and after-show smokes. There's all kinds of fun stuff, man. It's a hell of a community. So definitely check out the Discord. And freaking I think my mouth is done. I'm going to take this beanie and hand it through the magic powers of the internet to my dear friend, Beanie Folger. Beanie, how you doing, girl?
Oh, yeah! Thank you, Beanie Allen McClana Beanie. This is, you guys know me, I'm Beanie Folger. You also know me as a Beanie, the Sea Beanie. Speaking of beanies, we have these awesome beanies that Bud Carolyn made us. She did one for each of our characters, and they're so good. And they also each have little buds on them for our buds, right? Because the buds are what matters. What? The buds are what matters, huh? The buds are what matters. And you know what else matters? Is passing it. So I'm gonna pass it to my girl Abini. Abini.
Ooh, and I'm gonna take it. Ooh, thank you so much, Abby Dandy, aka Beanie Baby, aka Tina Smooth Hands, aka Smoothest Hands Around. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here. New hair, hello, new beanie, new year. I'm so excited. And you know what I'm gonna do with all of this excitement? I'm gonna pass it right along to my main Drooby. Oh, what you got for me, Drooby? Oh!
Thanks, baby. Beanie Baby over there. So clever, so cute. Awesome new hair, and awesome new beanie. What the fuck? What's up, guys? Drew, Thoricus, the teeny beanie. The smallest fucking beanie you ever seen. It's okay, because I turned gingerbreadman into fucking powder, son. That's how I get it done. And that's all I got to say. I'm gonna pass this over to my fucking best friend because I'm excited about this beanie and I just want to keep fucking shit up. I mean, y'all are with me, right? Let's do this. Best friend, come on in, pass this over to you, guy.
Ooh, thanks, Best Beanie. Always appreciate you. And fucking hey, y'all. New year, but more D&D. And with these people, I couldn't choose a better way to start it off. Jake Taylor, once again here as Real Authorvon. Couldn't think of anything Beanie on the spot there to change that up, so I apologize. But maybe Two Beans Langsley can. How about it, Gus?
Hey, what's up? I'm Gus Two Blunts Langley. I'll be playing Divot, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the show goes tonight. I'm gonna pass these blunts back to Bam.
Oh, whoa, man, the internet, it's just a magical, powerful place. I love my friends so much for just going with that. Oh man, what a treat. All right, guys, we got us a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't, man, but we like to take a lighter, like this little bad boy I got right here. Make sure we're not gonna light any of our friends, family, beanies on fire, and go, lighters up. Let's play some fucking D&D, guys.
WeeDnD, high fantasy, literally for you and me. So load up bowl and make a roll to take control. WeeDnD.
God, that intro. Oh, I love it. All right, guys, if you will please allow me to set the mood. When last we left the Ferocious Five, they had been thrust into the middle of a great war in regions unknown. After being teleported to the snowy, desolate battlefield by the hag Anti-Agatha Frogwort, the Five appeared before a great army of strange confections. Engaging in battle with the gingerbread knots, the Five found themselves supported by an army of snowmen who shouted, "Protect the workshop!" as they charged heroically into battle. Thoricus answered the call of his battlemaster training and took the lead, putting his allies into strategic battle positions as the enemies surrounded them on all sides. And it was in this dire moment that Divot, the lightning dodger, aided by his vest of eyes, was able to discover Krampus, hiding invisibly behind the battle, seemingly the source of the powerful winter storm. We join the Five now, in the throes of this fantastical battle.
God jam.
I can barely hold this motherfucker!
All right, guys, we jump back in to the WeeDnD Christmas extravaganza, Kringle's Corridor. Let me bring you guys over to your snowy battlefield of doom. You feel the blowing ice wind of this ferocious winter storm blowing all around you. You know, you've now battled through this for a great deal of time, forcing your way through the knee-deep powdered snow that surrounds you. Most of you are surrounded by snow, stained in this red, syrupy strawberry jam, bled forth from the gingerbread knots that you have felled along the way. No two more covered than Brunor the Sea Serpent and Thoricus Onyxheart. You guys are covered virtually from head to toe in this red, syrupy strawberry jam that, emerged from the throats and insides of these gingerbread knots. So covered are you that there's actually steam coming off of this hot jam that sticks on you at all sides. As snowflakes, blow in the wind and stick to it, your whole face starts to kind of freeze in the intense cold. But so covered are you, Thoricus, if you recall, you just manhandled your way through several gingerbread knots, finally resolving in a team attack with Real, where using your inspiration point, you punched a giant nutcracker in half. So we jump right back into the battle. Divot, you all notice, not all of you can see as far as Divot and Thoricus because of the blowing snow in all directions. But what you can see is Divot standing with his skeletal arm outstretched, his robe of eyes kind of blowing in the wind behind him. You see the eyes of 1,000 stitched on eyes all over the vest, looking in all directions, as if also hindered by this blowing storm. You see his skeletal hand out, and in the way, his new magic that you've seen since he's embraced his warlock training, you see this green burning fire in his hand, and he's focusing a great deal before him. You kind of look off in the direction, and through the hurricane of snow, you can see a small outline of a green figure being held in place by the magics of Divot. Rial, it is still your turn. Currently, I just wanted to say, the only ones that can actually see Krampus, like who he is and what he looks like, is Divot and Thoricus. The rest of you guys would have to reposition yourselves. But because of Divot's magic, you do see this like glowing light that he is clearly focusing on in the distance. Man, we are jumping right back in. Rial Othravon, you just finished your dire shot, aided by your BFF and sharer of the Rocky Talkies, Thoricus. You guys just managed to fell the first of this giant, 25-foot tall nutcrackers that were lobbing these massive nuts at you and the Snowmen army. You saw one of them blast into Brunor and nearly kill her in one strike. Her big shield that she's used for so long has this massive dent in it. You see she's kind of favoring that arm a little bit, as if perhaps some of the bones in her very elbow were shattered. It was a pretty brutal thing. And you saw another one of those nuts completely destroy one of these giant snowmen that seems to be aiding you in battle, or at least fighting alongside of you guys. So Rial, we're back into you. You've used your action. You still have all the rest of your turn. What do you do?
Okay, well, those are some tough nuts. Fuck those nuts. I do notice the tiny green man just a little bit. So yeah, I'm just gonna move a little further east and kind of post up. I get about there, I think, and that gets me in good range of the Nutcracker and Krampus.
Correct. Yes, Rial, you've now seen one of these, being part of the demise of the last one, but it still doesn't, it doesn't make it any easier to start walking toward this giant 25-foot, terrifyingly frozen in face, toothy pearl smile that just seems to stare at you as it, trips its big giant feet through the snow. You kind of feel the ground, the cold earth beneath your feet shaking a little bit as these massive creatures, start looming toward you. As you move forward, you kind of look to the side, and now you see the green outline of, again, to describe Krampus, sticking out. You see these goat horns sticking out over this red kind of beanie hat with a little puffball on it. A billy goat's beard kind of twisting in green against his pale, set face with yellow eyes. He wears this long red robe with white puffs at the seams. And you see sticking out from the bottom of the robe these cloven goat hooves. Slung over his back, he has this strange patchwork sack. You can't really make it out too well, but it very clearly has like several different patterns of material on it. And it just kind of looks a little like low quality, looking at it from where you're like the stitching on it is bad. So bad that even from 30 feet away, you're like, damn. So yeah, it's kind of this like thrown together rucksack thing that he's got. But that's what you see. You see Krampus tucked behind this giant nutcracker.
Sounds like a fuck.
Wait till Brunner gets a look at it. She's our satchel connoisseur. She's just disgusted. It's hilarious.
Satchels.
Fuck her up.
Yeah, she really does.
Satchel.
Truly.
Little known fact about Brunor. So many fucking pouches and satchels.
I like to carry things.
That does go quite a ways back.
That's a long ways back.
Practically a marsupial.
I like to carry things, and I don't like to be unprepared. So,
Yep.
you make fun of me now, but my scroll of identify came out of nowhere because I have many satchels.
I would never make fun of your sacks. I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I love all of your sacks.
Best sacks.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate
Wait
it.
till you see this Krampus Bros sack. You're gonna make fun of his sack. He's got a sack to make fun of.
I was just pointing out the fact that maybe people who haven't seen it since very, very early on would not necessarily know that about you. Just I just want to put that out there.
The
So
sack
you were
pack.
going to be like, oh,
Yeah,
another-
the sack
another
pack.
special.
The sack pack.
I have some mighty saddlebags. You're right. They are pretty.
The battle saddlebags.
My battle saddlebags.
Battle sacks.
Oh, I love you guys. All right, Rial. So, you're standing, you're one of the taller members of the five. So unlike the rest, you're not up to your nipples in snow. It rests right around your midsection. So your own sack is a little chilly. Plucking that low-hanging fruit. But yeah, Rial, you got anything else you want to do?
I went ahead and rolled stealth because I want to dive right into that snow.
Nice. Again, you're 26. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you almost just dive right in. Your big white cloak and white clothes. As you dive in, you just disappear in the snow. To those not actively looking for you, you're not particularly aware if anything did see you, but you do know you're very well hidden. So that's the best way I can think of to describe if stealth worked or not. All right, so yeah, anything else, Rial? Or are you good?
Passing the sack. Pass
All
that
right,
sack.
we're still in our Chris initiative from last week. So Divot, you're up. You've
All right.
got him. You still got Krampus held.
Now I can see him and Thoricus can see him. Can Thoricus and I see each other?
Yep.
Okay. So I look at Thoricus and I'm like, I think this is the asshole that shook the snow globe.
Wait, that guy?
Yeah, and I'm like, if we're gonna take him, it's not gonna get any easier than right now. And I'm like, looking at him, like waiting for him to give me the word.
Well, I can't reach him, right? Like from where I'm at.
I can attack him and keep holding him.
Yeah. Yeah, he can cast cantrips. Like concentration is just it's more important that like he can't cast other spells that require concentration. He can still attack this guy though.
Okay. Okay, so we can both attack. I mean, I can whip out old trusty Dusty and hope for the best. I mean, I did murder that one gingerbreadman.
All right, now that I know that he's on team attack this guy, I keep holding him with one hand, and I Eldritch blast him with the other.
Nice. Yeah, you see that green magic burn in your other skeleton hand, Divot. Exceptionally powerful magic creature. And again, you have that same kind of feeling, if you'll recall, when you were around that pillar in the Purified Garden, that pink mist. You feel like that bardic side of your magic is a little heightened in this surrounding, in this place that you are. You feel that extra tingle as you shoot your Eldritch Blast, which has a little more infusion of that pink-purple color than rather just the stark green of your Eldritch energy.
Yeah, double 22s!
And 22! All right, yeah, that's definitely good enough. Oh, and max damage on the first one. Hello. So 14 damage on the first hit. Both of them are hits, Divot. You got 9 more on the other. That's a total of 23 damage. Very nice.
All right, so yeah, I'm holding him with the one hand, and I'm not even sure if I can do it, but I stop holding him with both hands, and I call down the Eldritch Blast, and I'm like, yeah!
Yeah, you see it strike down on him. As you're feeling that energy as this magic weaves all around you, and you just... Yeah, you just start weaving several spells at the same time. You're now far more powerful magically than you've ever been, and you're really starting to see how these acorns, not just the one Death gave you, but the one you also pillaged from the statue of Synthesis, you're really feeling that magical energy within you grow. But yeah, real nice damage.
Nice. Okay, so... I believe... Let me check something real quick. That might be the end of my turn. But
Now, he will get a chance to make a saving throw because he took damage. Ooh, you know what I didn't factor in? Let me, I'm sorry. Let me, look at my DM screen. Attack any creature. Attack that hits if it's within 5 feet. Okay. So, it is, because it was held by you, a melee attack would be an auto crit. But since you're casting a spell, I just wanted to double check and make sure you weren't doing even more damage. But yeah, the 23 was enough.
Yeah, right.
So he does get a saving throw, and it's either it's your save or half the damage, whichever's higher. I'm sorry, that's for concentration. He just gets another wisdom save. Here it is.
So,
He passes.
okay.
So you launch your bolts. You see the two twin fires call from the sky, striking down on him at the same time. And as they strike, you see the same green fire that you're kind of melding around him dissipate. You feel the storm pick back up in intensity again. It had dwindled a little bit as you had him held. And now that he is no longer held, he's going to use a legendary action. So Divot, you see the green fire. Oh, sweet. And it's also cool that this doesn't work on you. All right, so you see the green fire strike him, and as soon as the hold person goes away, you see this smile cross his narrow, gaunt green face. His billy goat beard kind of curls in a twist in a moment, and then you see his snow just goes in front of him, and everybody except Divot, he disappears. Now, Divot, your robe of eyes still allows you to see invisible creatures. So as he uses his ability, which is called Solstice Stalker, he teleports up to 20 feet away, and he is invisible again. So he's going to kind of pop up here a little more on the north side there. But Divot, you can still see that. He doesn't necessarily know that you can see him, would be your guess. But yeah, Thorkus, you can no longer see him. You see him disappear in this big explosion of green fire. A great deal of damage done to him. But yeah, this is also, you guys, I don't know if you've actually dealt with a monster with legendary actions. So this is, as you guys are growing in power, monsters will now have these things that they can do on your turn. So it's a way to kind of beef up some of the more bossier fights. So yeah, just this is from our new players and our new audience that maybe hasn't played D&D. These legendary actions are special actions that kind of key NPCs, villains, or monsters get, or people in their lair. There's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, that is an example of one. You just saw maybe our first legendary action in WeeDnD.
So I can still use my bonus action, correct?
You can. Yes, you can.
And since my concentration's broken, that doesn't matter.
Absolutely. And since you only cast a cantrip as well, you're still allowed to use whatever bonus action you would intend.
All right, so I'm going to use Mantle of Inspiration, and I'm going to turn myself into like the six-eyed bear, but like a white Yeti-looking version of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, bro. So I did dig a little bit on this. I like the way we do it. You will maintain this visage for a while. We've never given you any mechanical advantages or anything. We've always just made it cool looking. So, but I did look into it. It's like in this moment, it inspires everybody, then it goes away. But feel free to describe yourself as a giant six-eyed bear Yeti for as long as you want, because that's just fun for me.
He is a Betty.
So yeah, go ahead and do your Mantle of Inspiration. Divot, you guys have seen Divot change into the six-eyed bear, the six-eyed gorilla. This is a new shape as you see the broad white shoulders of this massive Yeti appear before you. You feel that, some of you feel that swelling of inspiration within. Who feels it, Gus? Divot, who gets the Mantle of Inspiration?
Rial, Thorkus, Brunor, and Tina.
Oh, yes. Ooh.
Boom. So each of you, this is nice. You all get 5 temporary hit points. Remember, those are at the top of your hit points. They would go away first.
You actually get 8 now.
8.
Yeah.
That's right. No, yeah.
Oh.
I forgot it went up.
Whoa.
Yo, that's 8 temporary hit points is dope. And then you all also, you get a move, right? Yeah, you can use your reaction right now to move up to your speed without provoking AOs, which is pretty cool. Considering how vast the battlefield is right now, getting a little extra move in might help you positionally.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I certainly would like to take that.
Yeah, I want to move.
Yeah. I saw Divot, like the flash of that green arcane energy, and I was like, I want to go see what's going on over there. I know that I can't see anything anymore, but I want to go. Tina wants to go check out what's going on over there, so I can move my full move.
Yeah, your entire move, absolutely.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
this is
take
dope. This is one of
some
the better
that
abilities
goodness.
of the College of Glamour Bard.
Yeah.
And it only costs a bardic inspiration. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's glamorous.
I think I'm
Glamorous.
actually going to use the full move, though. I just want to get a little bit closer to these gingerbread boys that we have yet to slaughter, that I have yet to roasty toast.
Yeah.
Just want to get a little bit closer because
5,
I
10.
have my ranged spells.
Yeah, you still actually have your spirit guardians going, that field of mistletoe around you. So as you move into that space, that puts this one, the bottom right one, into range. He gets a saving throw. Go ahead and roll that spell, your spiritual weapons, because it does its own damage in this moment. He fails. He does not pass, so he's going to take full damage. Remember, Tina, as you move forward, you've kind of summoned these spirit guardians to float around you in this 15-foot radius. These mistletoes and all these like little pine needles and are just kind of spinning around you, counter force to the storm that blows against you in 15-foot direction all around you. It goes, and you kind of scoot forward. The guardians, so tuned to your mind and your magics, they know to leave Divot be, and they just pass right past him without any ill effects. However, this first gingerbread knot that you move forward to is not so lucky. Taking 15 damage, you obliterate him. Tina, what do you do to him?
Well, I have the holly and like the spiritual guardians all summoned forth in front of me. I'd like it if it could run up and sort of like tie him down and strangulate him and crack him like the cookie he truly is.
Dope. Yeah, from the snow at his feet, you see these roots just shoot up and snatch his shoulders, and he starts, bending his little gingerbread body as you can see them kind of constrict around as pieces of cookies start just falling off the sides, and then the holly and mistletoe, just eviscerate it, and it just gets wrapped and tangled and crushed to the ground. Amidst the storm, even through the savage windstorm, you hear the snapping and breaking of bone. Only having just walked through a chamber and stepped on shattered bones, the sound's so fresh in your mind. Strange that this gingerbread knot would have so many bones.
And that sort of snaps me out of this gleefulness I find myself in for a minute, because this shouldn't be so loud. That shouldn't sound like that. But yet, I'm caught up in the drunken, jovial slaughtering that we're all enjoying, and I get back to it. And
Yes, that
await
strange
my order.
wind in your mind that you've felt a few other times in a few other places. This hint of madness that, if you kind of let yourself go with it, give it an inch, it'll take you a mile. And so you kind of, shake out of it. Not one to take joy in the destruction of things the way you used to be. But again, this place appeals to that old nature of Tina Smoothhands. So, very, very nice. You do see, your 15-foot radius stops before the other two gingerbread knots that still stand here, kind of, in between Brielle, Divot, and you, and this giant nutcracker. So that's Tina's move. Who else got the bonus move?
I want to move.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna.
And you're on Brian, so you get that same benefit. He moves as you would move. So
I kind of just want to get closer to everybody, so.
Totally.
Bang, bang, boom. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah. I can hear some commotion going on. I saw the storm kind of like get quiet, and then I can see everybody for like a second. It was like a real excellent second, So then the storm started back up, and I was like, "Ooh, I gotta find my friends." And so here we go.
You hop on
Finding my
Brian.
friend.
His wings open up and beat, some of this strawberry jam stained snow just kind of splashes away in the background, the force of his wings lifting you and he off the ground. Did you want to go up at all, or do you want to kind of stay on the ground level? Do you want to ride him like a surfboard, or do you want to fly?
I
Yeah,
want to
he's-
ride
he's
him like
all
a surfboard. I
kinky.
want to stay close to everybody.
Okay,
so I'm
cool.
gonna ride him like a surfboard.
So yeah, you
And
see him, using
I
his wings to
imagine-
almost build his momentum up.
Yeah, I imagine if he could play in the snow, he'd play how dogs will jump in kind of the snow and they're like, whoa! I imagine Brian if once, if we're able to enjoy this snow, I feel like that would be exactly what he'd be doing. He'd like dive in and out, he'd poke his head out, he'd have snow on his head, but that'll be hopefully good vibes for another day, but for now.
All right, Brunor, maybe not so fast. You know, your body's steaming, covered in this strawberry jam. You hop on the shoulders of Brian and give him a good kick. You know, you're trying this new method of flight where you lock your legs in on his shoulder blades and kind of guide him with your legs as you fly through the air and perform all kinds of different feats. And as you kick him and tell him, to prepare his flight, you look as the big, giant, buff, Dracodile Brian, so imposing now compared to his old look, kind of looks back at you with just like a puppy dog look on his face. And you see his big little baby innocent eyes, even though his body now massively transformed, as exactly as you described, like a snow hare or a fox jumping through the snow. Rather than flying away, his cold-blooded self so thrown away from being in this icy environment, he just kind of starts jumping around. And so you are managing to stay on him as he just kind of hops and pops his way through the snow. And even though you're surrounded by all this savage battle, those of you that can see this moment can't help but be touched to once more have Brian with you. Even though he's changed, he's still the thick, wiggly boy from long ago.
Brian.
All right, so Brunor, you move forward. Who else was moving?
You moving, best friend?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm stoned.
Ooh, let's get on the same level.
Deal.
I just picked up some new stuff. Little Pistola. White Walker OG.
Nice.
Ooh. We have garlic juice. That's what I'm smoking on. It was really high and lemonine.
I got some Blue Dream in this vape.
Ooh, love Blue Dream.
Me too.
Dream
Classic.
Love it.
Anyway, I'm gonna move, right?
Yeah. You're still standing next to this gingerbread man that you literally punched in half. This frosting still kind of stuck to your fingers and, right where your knuckles drove through the back of his head. Split him in twain. And so, you stand at the base of this, punched in half giant nutcracker. What do you do, Thor? It's just this is just the Mantle of Inspiration.
Have you seen this? Ridiculous thing she drank out of.
Yeah. Can I see that again? I'm sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I want to see that one more time, real quick.
Casual.
Oh, you want to see my Christmas present from?
Whip it out.
Amanda?
Whip it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's huge.
Stop.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. I feel so insignificant once again.
Stay hydrated.
Mine's just a stupid mason jar. All right, let's get back to this beanie. So Thoricus, you get your full move. Where do you want to go?
Okay, so I saw Krampus disappear. Correct?
Actually, Thoricus, I'm sorry, with where you are, you now, because you have you have your little Inuit mask,
right?
And so you get that strange tickle that you're now very familiar with. You've been feeling the hairs on various parts of your body stand up, kind of presenting you to nearby dangers. And once more, you kind of feel the wind, you hear the howling of it, but more importantly, you hear where it stops. And you kind of look over to the side, and you see a few more of these gingerbread knots coming up here from the west side. That's about the edge of your vision now.
Well.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with our plan because David and I kind of signed a little Krampus fucking pact together, and I don't care about them gingerbreadmen. I've killed enough of those little bastards.
Not even a challenge to you. You're
Fuck
just
the
like,
ginger snaps. We're going after the prize.
Yeah, keep the eye on the prize. You were like, "Are we doing this?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, we're doing this." And so, guess what? We're doing this.
We're doing it.
You danced
Doing it.
that prostitute.
Oh.
Doing it well.
You dance with the date that brought you, gentlemen. You do it.
Yeah.
Lucky a lady.
Okay, so because I saw him disappear and I'm aware of what Divot can do, I can just be like, where'd he go?
On your turn, you can. Right now, you're just getting a bonus move. You're next in initiative, so you'll totally get to do all this. But right now, it's just you just move your movement rate.
Okay, so I'll just move, and then I'll do exactly what I just said.
in one 30 seconds. I just wanted to make sure I have a habit of jumping into initiative while we're moving people for Mantle of Inspiration, so I'm just trying to make sure everybody moved, and then it will be your turn.
Yeah, let me just. I'm actually gonna switch with Thorcus with my Mantle of Inspiration move. So I'm just gonna kind of take cover behind the Nutcracker corpse.
Yeah, you just
That way I'm
instinctively kind of covering his 6.
Hell yeah.
Rial, you do not. The ones on the west side are a little too far for you to see just yet. So you're not. You're kind of pointing your bow in the direction of the giant Nutcracker. I don't know why I keep losing the term Nutcracker when I'm staring at giant Nutcrackers, but there we go.
I keep wanting to say Nutcracker.
Nutcracker.
Oh, well, shit. I was just gonna ask you. I was like, yeah, that other Nutcracker that's still alive looks smaller than the other one. I was just wondering if it actually was smaller, but
it wasn't.
literally just fixed
That
it.
was me just
listen.
Noticing that.
They can be they can be different sizes. Like 2 nutcrackers. If you have two nutcrackers are they're gonna be different sizes. That's okay.
And
It's a
that's fine.
natural
All
thing.
Nutcrackers are beautiful.
Yeah, all nutcrackers are beautiful.
You know what? I'm gonna make him smaller again because you know what? That's my choice.
That
Exactly.
small Nutcracker has a
one
huge
can-
penis.
But,
He'll surprise you. He will surprise.
Yeah. You would think the bigger one that's dead would have the bigger penis, but no.
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 Not the case.
You hear Thorcus
Not
say
on
that?
this
He's got a
day.
giant gingerbread penis sticking out of his sack.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh.
All right. So yeah. Okay. Cool.
Maybe
So yeah.
still penises again.
Now,
Do you-
Divot. That's
do
the
you
end of your
borrow
turn, right?
satchel?
Yeah. Bonus action. Action. And did you want to move at all, Divot?
No.
The giant 6-eyed Yeti bear gorilla, filling you all with that magical inspiration that allows you a surge of movement. Thorcus, you look back at the words you had just spoke to your DM. They resonate once more. You shift forward and look over at Divot, and you're like, "Where did he go?" And Divot, you're allowed to point him out. Now, I'll tell you something kind of interesting. In 5th edition, you can attack invisible things. You have disadvantage on it. So it's like you see footprints in the snow. That's like the narrative way it would work or something. But if you know the general area of where a thing is, it's you can walk over and swing. All you get is disadvantage, but it does come with disadvantage.
All right. Papa's feeling good. Let's.
Papa.
Oh,
I
4
love
crits.
it when you call me big Papa.
Ooh.
All right, so you want to move up. And just you see Divot kind of just pointing, shifting his skeletal hand over in the snow. A mere 20 feet away from you. You kind of see some shifting in the snow that doesn't match the movement around it from the nearby storm. Places where snow has been depressed by a foot, maybe a cloven hoof. You kind of walk forward. You see a couple snowflakes sticking on a strange outline. You wind up, take your shot.
All right.
Papa,
I
take a
see
shot.
London. I
Papa,
see
take a
France. I see Krampus moose knuckle tracks.
Delicious.
They do. They look like the knuckles of a moose pressed into the snow.
Ah, yes,
was
the
on-
moose's knuckle.
That was on the off the note cuff. Stupid. I'm sorry.
This is WeeDnD after
Whoa!
dark.
Oh,
Oh! Oh no! It's still. We're doing a crit hit. It's not a crit. I'm sorry, because of disadvantage, Thorcus. You still have 23 AC, and that's a hit. But it robbed us of a crit. But you know what? We're doing Second Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. We're bringing it back. Whoa! Crit hit.
Ooh. Ooh.
We even take hits on crits we don't get. All right.
Because we deserve it.
God,
That increases
We're
our
worth it.
percentage even more. Pretty soon we're just gonna take hits on not crits.
Ooh, a
1 through
nut crit.
19, woo, buddy. Or 2 through damn. I fucked that up. All right. So that's a 23 AC is definitely a hit, Thora crits, and you get 12 damage. Nice. That's your first strike. It hits him. He's still not bleeding, but he's taking some pretty serious damage.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna try again. I don't.
Dope.
Double 19s? Does that
Double
work?
19s, that's a hit as well. Even with
16
disadvantage,
damage?
you hit great ACs. Oh, max damage! Another 16.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, Thorkus? As you
Chicken
bring
butt?
the Lucille half of your dual-bladed axes, the Blightbringer, the black onyx stone on one side, Lucille the Fury on the other, with the the phoenix wings that beat the small pink runes. You swing it around, shifting, beginning your spinning cyclone of attacks. Your attacks, it's not just 2 swings, it's a series of blows, some to set off their defenses, some to take advantage of these situations that you've bought yourself through your finesse on the battlefield. You feint one way, spin another, swing, and you feel Lucille hook right into the side of him. He again uses a legendary action. You see he reaches back.
What a bitch.
Jeez.
You see he reaches back, Thorkus, and he grabs this little bundle of sharp twigs that he has hanging from his belt. You see he pulls it out, and he's like, "Oh, you are impish!" And he slaps you right in the face with this thorny bramble of sticks.
Pocket sticks.
Pocket stick.
Tummy
I
stick.
got a pocket full of sticks.
He gets +6.
Better not be tummy sticks. I did hear about that.
And since he's attacking from invisible, he has advantage. Here we go. 18,
Wow, stop.
25 AC is a hit. Thorkus, make me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Do it, girl.
Come on, buddy.
Roll 20 is the.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Thorkus,
All right,
you
so I'm hit, guys. Again.
You feel as this bramble of birch twigs and thickets slaps you right in the face. You feel like 1,000 pins and needles all over your entire body, as if stabbed just from all angles and all directions. You are racked with pain. You, on your
so that's
next
out.
turn, you can only take a bonus action.
On my next turn?
Next turn, you can still finish
What about-
this round.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
But just remember that. I will definitely forget. But yeah, you'll be limited to just a bonus action. If you don't, if you
Yeah,
don't remind
remember
me,
that.
you might be able to get away with it. I've seen it done. The buds will catch you. The buds are on that shit.
Honestly, I'll play by the rules. Like I'm not gonna try and fuck you
Yeah,
out,
he'll
but-
play by the rules.
We're playing together. There's no hostility in a
If I-
relationship between DM and player.
You guys keep me honest, please.
All right, so yes, he whips you with his birch switch, and impish, fuck, and just cracks you right on the face. And so yes, but you do get a finish. This turn is unaffected. It only affects your following sequence. So go ahead and finish up. You've got your Cyclone of Doom rolling.
That'll work.
Man, with disadvantage, you hit a 27 AC. You are killing it, brah. All right, and with your third spin, you kind of just hold your hand up, and like a sign spinner on a street corner, you just hold the center heft of the axe, and it just spins like 5 revolutions in your hand. And as you feint back with it, you see he thinks you're about to strike it, and you slide it down the back over your other shoulder, catch it with the left hand, and just bring it right across his chest. Just wrecking him with your bonus action strike. Another 8 damage. You see some of his green blood sprays on the ground at your feet. A little acidic, kind of melting some of the snow at your feet as well. You see, he looks up at you, and there's pupilless, these yellow eyes, but they burn at you with this intensity. You fool! I am the guardian of the queen.
Did you say it was impish or pimpish?
Sorry, I said impish. He imped you.
You just got imp slapped.
You did. You did. That was sick. All right, Thoricus. So that, just remember again. I apologize, but you're next. You've been birch switched by.
Oh, you got birch slapped.
I got switched at birch.
All right. Whew, this is fun. All right. So Thoricus, you got anything else, or are you done?
Now. I do have a question.
Yeah.
Because he used that legendary action to attack me, and because he hit me, am I able to do something with my maneuvers?
Okay, so the only thing, this is what factors in, you used your reaction to move from Divot's inspiration. That's that trade-off for that movement. So yeah, unfortunately, most of your maneuvers would be a reaction trade. You've already used it to get that extra movement that got you in range, so it worked. But that is the only downfall when you burn your reaction, yeah.
Right, okay.
Oh, wait, no. Divot went before you, Thoricus. You have your reaction back because your turn just started. So, yes, you can do a maneuver.
Oh.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, because once Divot's turn was over, once your turn starts, you get your turn back, which includes your reaction. So, yeah, you're good.
The problem is that I don't have any more actions, but I guess had I thought about it sooner, I would have used one of my maneuvers while either getting hit or not getting hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind. We can retroactively, like, you hit him and he hit you, whichever maneuver you want to do, I'm cool with. Like, that's not a problem at all. So yeah, whichever maneuver suits you in this purpose, because you both hit him and he hit you. So now you can get your maneuver off. Again, because it's your next turn, you're still not limited by the birch switch, which is pretty cool. You're I may not have another turn, but I'm going to light you up today.
Well, hopefully. We did figure out that maneuver dice at the level I am are D8s.
Correct.
At the moment, right?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
That's what I thought. So I have to roll it. Motherfucker.
Oh, he actually has to make a concentration check on both of your hits. He rolled a 1. That's a crit. There it is. So
man.
I like the 1 crit hit. It's all deep. All right, so yes, he is now visible. Visible to you, visible to Divot. Unfortunately, Tinny, you're still kind of a little far away. Again, the storm, Thoricus is the one that can see about 80 feet. The rest of you are pretty limited. And Divot, you can see him. You have the robe of eyes, which is why your vision is as good as it is. So, but yeah, he is visible once more to you, Thoricus. You do not have disadvantage on this attack.
Okay. Then I would like to. God dang it! I gotta move this up and over so I can actually fucking use it. And get. I think I hit it twice. I would like to use that. Is that a?
Yeah, heck yeah. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, what you did, you spend your superiority dice. What you did, you rolled a 2 to knock the target down. Add that to the attack's damage. So it's actually a full attack that you do. And then if he's large or smaller, he gets to make a strength saving throw, which I'll do now. But yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
With my bonus action, or with like Lucille or the Blightbringer?
Yeah, it would actually be. It just says you can hit it with a weapon attack, so that would be like your full swing. It doesn't have to be the bonus action one. It's a Battle Masters are dope. With no. Christmas, baby! Oh, Thora crits, Onyx Heart.
There he is.
Thora crits.
Crit hit. We got rules around here. I'm smoking a joint, hitting the ball, living my best life. All right, Thora crits. So yeah, that's and then he gets a saving throw. Let's see if your trip works as well. He has -1 with his 14. Strength modifier is 5 plus. Yeah, no, he fails. So you succeed in tripping him, and you crit him. So 15 damage on that crit. Let me just make sure. You did roll a 2. On that first one. So if you wanted to roll that, because you have great weapon fighting, so if you wanted to re-roll a D10 for that damage on that strike, you can.
You know, just when I think you can't get any better, you go and pull a stunt like this and totally redeem yourself.
I'm always scanning those for those 2s for you, baby. I got you. I love it when you guys do epic shit.
Are you kidding?
I also like it when you roll 1s. That's not a crit. I can't do it when we roll 1s on everything, or we'd never get any D&D done. I mean, I'll hit this then.
I mean, don't I get to re-roll on a 1?
Only once. And unfortunately, what sucks, it actually took 1 damage away, because the rule is you get to re-roll it, but you have to keep what you rolled. So the only scenario where you could have done less damage is what happened. So you do 14 damage. Thor crits. Dude, you've done so much damage this round, though.
But I mean, and he's also prone, right?
And you hook him. You hook him right at the moose knuckle with the corner of the hook of your axe, and you just kind of pull up, and you see the big red robe. It kind of lands on the sack in the snow. Lets out this cry. Not very happy and very prone.
It's on the ground.
Merry Christmas to the ground.
Christmas is canceled.
All right, dope turn, Thorgus. So that's the end. Remember, just a bonus action next turn if he's still alive, which would be pretty cool for him. That's next up is the Nutcracker. So, fearing a mishap because of the range of this rock, he is not going to throw it at the Krampus Thoricus battle happening at his feet. You see his cold, lifeless blue eyes and pearl smile just frozen as he leaves these giant, massive footprints in the ground, shaking the earth as he steps forward. He's going to choose between, there's 3 in a row, so I'm going to roll a d6, divide by 2, and I like to leave it random. He doesn't have any personal feelings. Oh no, Brunor.
Oh.
You see, again, the storm, especially now that Krampus is jacked, is epic and flurrying. It's the disadvantage still holds even at this range. You see as he, his pearl mouth opens up, one of these giant nuts rolls, lands in his hand. You see his arm outstretched, and he just throws it, less of up in the air and more like directly at you.
Dope.
With disadvantage. Right. Nut throw. Even Rocky had a nut throw. 11 AC. You see Brian, feeling like he let you down on the last strike, sees this thing coming, and he just opens his wings, and just as this massive block, this huge nut just aimed right at you, you see him beat both of his wings, just flapping you right into the air as it just rolls behind you. You hear it banging into the ground for a great distance behind you. Such force was it thrown. But yeah, that's his attack. You see, he misses you, Brunor, and you land right back on the ground where you stood. Krampus gets to go. Krampus is definitely gonna move. Use his half of his movement to stand up.
Be a bitch.
To stand up. So you see, he kind of, Bruce Lee jumps up. Oh, I'm not used to DMing in a beanie. Oh, lights are out. DMing with disadvantage. You all get advantage on your rolls.
Oh my god.
I look at the map and everything's dead. You're like, I don't know what happened, Brandon. All right, so yeah, Krampus uses half of his move to stand up. Ooh, he doesn't really like this. Ooh, he gets. You see some of the wounds that you've cut into him begin to heal up a little bit there, Thoricus. One of the strikes of one of the many strikes of Lucille and the Bridebringer that you've lit him up with. You see a couple of them start closing magically, as if he was healed somehow.
It's because he's filled with horse shit.
I just like to make you mad at me.
He's
All right.
full sport.
Here we go. Sweet. So, because of the intense storm that goes around him, Thoricus, you see him attempt once more. He can do this. It's called He Sees You When You're Sleeping.
Of course he can.
He can hide as a bonus action as long as there's like a bunch of snow around him, which there always is in a 4-mile radius around him. So you see him look at you, and he's gonna attempt to hide from you. So give me. Actually, I mean, you will all attempt to see him in on your own terms. But for right now, he's going to hide, and he gets +4 to this. Only a 12. So any of you whose passive perception is higher than 12, you still see him. It didn't work. So yeah, if your perception is +2 or better, you see him still. But yeah, so he doesn't know. He thinks he's nice and hidden, and he's gonna attempt to attack from hiding, but he's not actually hidden from you. I don't believe Thoricus.
He's gonna. You still see me?
He's like,
How about now?
slaps you one. All right, so yeah, he thinks he's. I like the idea of when people hide, they don't know if they are hidden or not. I'm trying to factor that more into the game. So he's like, he, I got him, and he strikes. Actually, no, he tries to gore you with his goat horns. You see, as he stands up, he just tries to like rake you up the chest with them. So he gives you the Al Gore. 23 AC. That's gonna hit, bro.
That will do it.
Ooh, 19 piercing damage. You see as both horns, Thoricus, they pierce right through your armor. And you now have 2 holes in your gorgeous armor. The blacksmith in you is just like, oh, dude, I gotta get these holes fixed. Like they just happened. You're like, dude, I gotta fix these holes. But yeah, you now have 2 holes in your armor from where these goat horns just stab into you, and you feel them pierce your skin. 19 damage, quite a great strike. And then you see him turn around while he's got his head kind of stuck in Thoricus. You see him reach around into the sack in his back, and he throws this black piece of coal. 9 AC, it misses. Or no, it's ranged, so it's disadvantaged. You see he tries to throw it at you, Brunor. You just see another black piece of coal. This time Brian's wing just deflects it away. He feels like he let you down. He's really trying to prove himself in battle once more. Even though he's having a great time in the snow.
I'm so sorry. Am I able to also use an action surge before my next turn on my last turn? Or did it already pass?
You burned your bonus action already. But what you would do on your next turn, since you only get a bonus action, you could cheat a little, use your action surge as a bonus action to get an extra action. So you would have one still. I mean, that's one cool way you could kind of do it.
Big brain.
Nice.
But yeah, did you use your bonus action? I thought you had. Had you not?
Well, I did use the maneuver to trip him, so that does use the bonus action, I believe.
I think that one does, yeah, the trip attack. Did your creature use bonus?
God.
Yeah, no. Let's just say that's scrapped.
Yeah,
you can
that's
do it on
fair.
your next turn, though. That is kind of a cool thing you could do to bypass the no action on your turn. Okay, cool. So Krampus has gone. That was his turn. Unfortunately, not really anything that he wanted to do. I mean, he gored you pretty good. The horns are still kind of in you. It's like there's no narrative. There's no advantage or anything for it. It's just kind of to describe it. So feel free to do what you will when it's your turn to do what you will. The gingerbread knots. Oh, what was that?
I said, I plan to.
You should have. All right, so the gingerbread knots go. The ones to the west move closer. Still not close enough for you, Rial, unfortunately. I don't know, 10, 20, 30? Yeah, no, so sorry. Even with your high perception. And then these ones, kind of trying to protect someone that they feel is a little important. They move toward you, Divot, the 2 gingerbread knots. You
Fools.
You see one. This is what I wanted you to do.
Dance, puppets. Dance for Divot.
Let me see here. Boom. Okay, one of them has his breath weapon, so he's gonna use it. Go ahead and make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw, Divot. You see this frost, remember the cotton candy that builds up in their mouth, and he sprays out this pink and purple cotton candy all over you. But it cuts with like an icy intensity.
Yeah, it cuts like a knife.
16 is a pass, so you only take half. You take 2. Or no, 3, I'm sorry. You take 3. 3 cold damage.
3.
And then the other one is going to take a crack at you with this big giant candy cane. This one not broken, so it would actually be bludgeoning. 13 AC? I don't think that hits.
Nah.
No, yeah, you pretty quickly, just kind of, you take your skeletal hand and just catch the candy cane in the air. You guys are clearly outclassed these dudes as far as battle's concerned, and it's almost a joke for you to even have to deal with this guy.
Yeah, I want to hit him with Hellish Rebuke.
I think he has to hit you, right?
Yeah, but can I hit the one that did?
One didn't hit you, actually. I don't think one hit you.
Oh, yeah. My bad. I thought I just took damage.
Oh, no, he hit you with that. No, you're right. The frost breath. Yes.
You just got hit for free.
Oh, yeah, you got...
You totally can. Yeah, you can use your reaction to give him that hellish rebuke.
Tight.
Get him, girl.
Yeah, get it.
All right. So he gets a DC 16. Oh, I think Roll20 changed something. That's a new format for the spells.
Yeah, I just saw that. I was like,
That's pretty.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, so yeah, he definitely fails. So he takes full damage, 2d10. Go ahead and roll the damage. I don't know why it didn't give us the damage.
Roll
2d10.
2d10.
Yes, sir.
2d10. Wow.
16. Oh, bro, yeah. Go. I mean, you wreck him, dude. What do you want it to look like? You.
Okay. So I look at him and I'm like, fool! Do you not know death when you see it? And like, whoosh, fire him from beneath like a giant overcooked cookie.
The ground just, opens up beneath his feet, and this big green fire just reaches up like a hand, grabbing his skull and crushing him into the ground. You hear him gurgling in the fiery rage of your hellish rebuke.
The drama.
Ooh.
Fool. Wow.
Dope.
Wow.
Love a dramatic moment.
wow.
All right, Divot. So yeah, that's just their turn. You guys are just taking these guys out on their turn. Old Smoothie, you're up.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm back into feeling the complete jovial holiday spirit. The wind in my head sounds like Andy Williams Christmas music. It's insane. Oh, I'm on cloud 9, and yet in the back of my mind, I still feel a little bit of that good old guilt and remorse.
Good old guilt.
So I'm moving forward happily, but guiltily.
So it's Christmas.
You're like, man, I really don't want to do this, but it doesn't stop me from doing it.
Yeah. But I turned my attention to the nutcracker in front of me now, because I noticed it's starting to give us some trouble now, and I'm not even bothered with these cookies anymore. These cookies, they're crumbled,
Fuck cookies.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move forward a bit here, right, and I still have the holly and all the beautiful
this one gets a
lights
save.
going
He fails. That one's gone.
And I want to look at the big nutcracker, and I want to pull out my scythe, except I noticed that it kind of looks like a peppermint stick, like a shanked out peppermint stick.
Shanked out
peppermint.
Yeah, Tina, you look down, and almost at the tea party when you saw your glamorous ceramic dress, you shine with the same kind of courtly pride as you look down on this glorious candy cane in your hand. You all see the scythe that she uses in battle, but that's what she sees as this strange wind and madness in your mind, attunes to you a little more susceptible to this particular trickery spirit. Again, kind of lighting old fires, if you will. But yeah, go ahead. That was
Yeah.
again. He just died from you moving near him. So go ahead. Do what you will.
Yeah, and when I say my scythe, I mean like I want to summon my spiritual weapon.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right, so you can actually cast it. I think they have a little. I think it's like 30 feet. So
Yeah.
oop, this is that part where I always like don't have a scythe. It's fine. Well, here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's my own fault. It's like Brandon. How many times? No, I do have one. Wait, it's on the loading page.
Yeah, we've used it
You had one
before.
on the dragon map before when we were in
Oh
Emerald.
yeah.
We did.
Dragon.
Right, and you're like,
Dragon.
obviously
Yeah.
Brandon has that ready and queued up.
You get a dragon breath.
Okay, I've got Kindly, I got Brandon, I got the
Everything.
carriage. The carriage is gone. I gotta update this loading page.
No, I
Goodness,
think
remember
you're
the
thinking
horse
of a guy
sport?
named Seth.
It's been boarded.
Oh, it looks really cool. That's all we need to know.
Tina,
Like-
that sweet ass scythe is right by that nutcracker though. Just picture it. Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Look at that scythe. Ow.
So
All right.
yeah, I draw it out and I'm really proud to be holding this weapon, and I suddenly all my worry and my guilt and my fear that I shouldn't be acting in this very silly way fades away, and I just want to let loose upon this nutcracker boy in front of me.
Boom. There it is. It disappears in the snow. It is a scythe. I'm proud of myself.
Yay.
And I put a little dot on it so you can see it. Because yeah,
Oh,
this
yeah.
map is
Oh, you
not.
can barely see that.
Is not. I'm gonna put. Let's see. Is that
Oh, I
green?
can see it.
I'm gonna throw them all in there.
So
Look at
many
this thing.
dots.
This Technicolor dot.
baby.
Oh yeah.
There
Now
we
it's like
go.
its own character.
I'm gonna put a wrench on it. There's a wrench in there. I don't know what that does.
Like the disco. Disco
All right. So yeah, go ahead and give me your spiritual weapon attack. Oh, you did. 15
I did,
AC. Let me just double check that. I should know this, and I don't. So I'm checking right now. He has a 17 AC. I'm sorry.
Oh.
All right.
fine.
So yes, the the little bit better AC than these little dudes you've been fighting. It swings. It even makes contact. But the eyes, the blue, lifeless eyes that shine in the snowstorm, and it doesn't wince or show any sign of pain.
Oh, darn it. Oh, one sec, I accidentally refreshed my page. Oh, goodness. But I want to just, well, that didn't work. I want to try to see if I can get him with my holly and my jolly and see if I can Christmas the heck out of him.
Yeah, if you actually move one more square forward, he would get that save, and I'll just default to your last damage. He does pass, so I think he only takes half, but he does take damage still. I'm just rolling back up to check. Yeah.
Come on.
So he passes. So let's see. Sorry, I just looked at it. I'm scrolling back up to it again. All right, 15. So he takes 7.
Cool.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Eat it. Christmas is canceled.
You actually, I think, is spiritual weapon a bonus action to cast?
Spiritual weapon is, let me double check on that for you.
Yeah. Sorry, it only shows me the attack and the damage on this. I should know this. I'm pretty sure it is a
I
bonus
should know
action.
if it is.
Yeah, it's just a bonus action. You could still cast a sacred flame if you were so inclined.
Oh yeah, let's get it roasting and toasting in here.
You summon this roasted marshmallow that cooks, as you look at this confectionery treat and this little bit of madness that you're dancing with now, as you summon this burning little marshmallow. DC 14 dex.
Okay. Did it go?
It
Okay.
did, yeah.
Okay.
He failed. He only got a 13. So 6 damage. Nice. 6 fire damage.
And yeah, as I cast that last sacred flame, I am again gleeful, not only just with the holiday spirit, but with this madness I am leaning into because of the environment that we're in.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Yeah, that same kind of glee. Not quite the insane madness that came with the Tea Party, but that joyous glee that kind of stands in opposition to maybe some of the more horrific sights that you've seen in these last moments. But again, you're proud of yourself as you hold this gorgeous, scythe floating through the air of your own candy cane, and as you hurl flaming marshmallows, kind of giving in a little bit to this wispy spirit in the world around you. If that's the end, that's probably the end.
Yeah, that's it.
Brunor, you're up.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. I can see this flaming nutcracker.
Yup.
So I'm gonna go help out over there.
Nice. Yeah, again, in 5th edition, diagonal squares are the same, so you can reach them with your 30 feet, no problem. You even have about 5 feet to spare if you did want to, like, elevate at all, or if you just want to stay on the ground, that's fine, too.
Yeah, I want to get up and fly up on him and hit him in his little nut mouth.
That's like the actual term to describe it. That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit him in his nut mouth. So I'm gonna rear back, and when I rear back with Andrel, I look down at Andrel, and it looks like like stake of holly. Like it's like holly, and it looks like it's all cinnamony smelling and everything, and I just kind of look down and I go, oh, stellar, and I just go for it, and I swipe at it.
Nice. Unfortunately, 16 AC's a miss. They have 17. But again, it's, your own cinnamon, you're kind of like, oh man, that smells pretty good. And so, it kind of even throws you off. You're like, man, and you just kind of watch as you just set the sword on him a little bit. You're like, ooh. And yeah, you kind of get caught up in this madness a little bit.
Yeah, and then that's fine because I'm gonna give it another go.
All right, nice. There you go. 17 on the dot. That's a hit. 8 damage. Yeah, striking. You see Andrel, Blade of the Keeper. The green runes on the side of it. Suddenly, even like through your illusion a little bit, you see the green runes shine and kind of bring you back into place. You're like, oh yeah, and just swing and strike this thing right in his nut mouth.
Nut mouth.
All right. What about Brian? Is he doing anything?
Brian's gonna give this. I think it's time. I think it's time for some fire. For some. Yeah. We thinking it's time for some fire.
Oh. Yeah.
Or maybe
Hell yeah.
Light him up.
Yeah, with
YOLO.
that 5 feet of movement, I'd pretty much
YOLO.
allow you to kind of like swing around and shoot to hit both it and Krampus.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to do.
Oh.
All right, so you see Brian wings lift up. Brunor, this is actually Brian making the decision. It's no longer you, guiding him to his next move. You see him take his own, action in this initiative. He beats his wings up, kind of lifts one higher than the other and lets the air from the storm lift him up as his tail kind of pivots around in the snow. You see the green light start building up in his mouth as he lets out that great roar. You see the green fire burn into both the Nutcracker and Krampus behind him. Nice, 15 damage. They each get a saving throw. Krampus is first. He fails. Oh man, look at that. Krampus fails. They both fail, so full damage. 15 to both of them. Very nice.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Such a good boy.
Yep. I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of him.
All right. Yes, you see Brian, the Dracodile, no longer the baby boy, the intense power of this new form, just unleashing on these two as the green fire singes them both.
Damn. Excellent.
All right, you got anything else, Bruno, or are you done?
I want to Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch.
Nice. The giant Nutcracker.
Yes.
Sweet. So you throw your mark up.
So, yeah. I'm grabbing it, throwing it up, and it looks like coral. So, like, the way that I, hit him, I missed him the first time, but then when I swing around and I'm able to get him, the second time, I marked him with that as well, so that it would look like corally and shit.
Dope. Yeah, you see your trademark coral that accompanies this magic, kind of freezing and rooting them into place. Remember, so now it has disadvantage on any attack that's not you. Again, Brunor stepping up, showing all of you guys in this moment. It takes quite a warrior to walk up to a 25-foot tall anything and basically be like you and me. You see Brunor, characteristically pretty carefree, but just like lock into the moment. All of you in this moment have a little glimpse in the back of your mind of the placard at the base of the coffin that Brunor attuned with, and the words, the leader, gleaming in magical lettering. Like those two didn't seem to fit, and in this moment, that you're just kind of all in a second reminded of that as you see, Brunor strike this beast and then stand before it, challenging it to fight only she. So yeah, if it tries to attack anybody else, you get to attack it as well, Brunor. Try to remember that. I think I forgot about that last time, by which I apologize. But yeah, it's you. You see the flaming, the scythe that Tina, her spiritual guardian, floating around as well. If that's the end of your turn, it's Rial.
Ooh.
Go get him, Riel.
That was not a bogus turn at all. That was dope shit.
It was dope.
Man.
Again, he thinks he's hidden from you, but he's not.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do I have eyes on Krampus?
Yeah, you can see Thoricus. You can also see this red robe that seems to be like rammed into the stomach of him right now.
I don't know.
He's also like singed. Yeah, he also got singed.
No way!
Oh,
Senjed.
Double ones!
Ooh.
Ooh, bro, double ones. Not your finest shot, Rial Othervon. The storm, the wind, now that Krampus is back in his full, standing up on his own feet, maybe even invigorated by his strike against this great battle master, the wind just blows your arrow astray.
Well, that's just awful. I got smoke to it. That's something, but damn.
That's why Rogues missed that second attack from 4th edition.
Uh-huh.
3.5. Can we get another one of those? All right, yeah, you still have your bonus action, your move, or anything if you want to reposition yourself. But yeah, unfortunately, even the Daughter of Ash, even the true marksman that you are, this storm just a little too intense to be firing at range.
Yeah, shit. Just trying to decide. Sorry if I want to actually stay put, because I'm just embarrassed, man.
You just settle back into the snow, hoping that a new layer will powder over the top of you, leave you forgotten in the moment.
I hope none of my friends saw that.
Divot. It shifts back to you. You see this punk Krampus trying to disappear in and out of invisibility like you some punk. But you've had your eyes on him the whole time.
Yeah. Divot Divisionary hexes the Krampus.
You call upon your own dark magics and set the hex on him. Yeah, and he gets disadvantage on ability checks with a chosen ability of your choice. You do notice that he's trying to hide a lot, so disadvantage, perhaps on dex ability checks or things like that might be helpful.
Yeah, that one sounds perfect.
Cool. So yeah, you call upon, the dark acorns that burn within your core, and you place an ancient hex, that existed long before you in a time that you can't even remember, but that you are somehow linked through with your connection to death. You hex him in this moment, knowing that you can now put a pretty big whammy on him.
Yeah, and then I hit him with that Eldritch Blast.
27 AC, 22 AC, very nice. Man, yeah, you guys, disadvantage ain't nothing for y'all. You blast right away, big damage here. Don't forget, you do a d6 extra for each of these hits. So 2d6 more to add to your 13.
You have been pimpish.
I'm laughing because I can kind of see what's about to happen next, and that's really funny to me. You blast him for 21 damage, Divot. Very nice. And you all kind of grimace at this weird thought that, like, you know this dude is toast. He's got to be so almost dead. And he just did the worst thing that you could possibly do. He angered Thoricus on his heart. And so, with his legendary action, Krampus attempts to bag you, Drew, or Thoricus, with the sack. He reaches back, grabs the sack, and then attempts to swing it over top of you.
A sack attack?
He's hitting you with the sack attack, bro.
Oh no, he better don't.
All right.
No.
Successful. All right.
What of our friend Thoricus?
Here we go.
Not the Thor cutie.
No, not a Doricus.
No.
He's gonna be sold into sex trafficking.
20 AC is a hit.
What?
You're gonna be sold into sex trafficking.
No, we have
uh,
Foster Sesta now. We're good.
All right, so he hits you with it. You're a medium creature. All right, Thoricus, you're kind of like, you see this savage eldritch blast. You know, Divot's now lit this thing up twice. You see just a hole get blown in the side of this red tattered robe at his side as your own blood kind of rolls down the top of the horns as Krampus twists his head to look up at you with those intense pupilless yellow eyes. He smiles with a grimace, grabs the sack. Thoricus, you see nothing. You hear nothing. The rest of the five, you look as the sack just makes Thoricus's entire body disappear. You see Krampus turn and grimace, and then he turns invisible. And that's where we're gonna pick it up after intermission, guys.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Don't worry, Divot, you can still see invisible
Guys,
people. For the light, you're like,
we're
dude,
gonna
I can
have-
still see you. This doesn't work.
That's what I get.
Wow.
We're gonna have to tap that sack, guys.
Oh.
Hashtag attack the sack. Woo! All right, guys. We're going to do a quick intermission. Holy crap, this game's good, and I want to get back to getting it. So we do 10-minute intermission. We've got music from Sandy Stein. We've got artwork from the buds of the Weed&d community. We have incredible art, and oh my god, there's a new one that literally made me cry. Holy crap. Hang around 10 minutes, baby. We will be back. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, share to make yourself eligible for this $25 Amazon gift card. We love you guys. We will see you in 10 minutes. Ooh. Krampus with the sack. Krampus with the sack. No. that hit is for our dear friend Carolyn, who made these fly beanies for us, man. That we are just so, my ears are warm. I feel comfortable. Handcrafted love from a wonderful bud. Carolyn, we love you. When last we left the Five, man, they were in the midst of a pretty intense battle with Krampus and some giant nutcrackers. We're going to jump right back in. You know, the snowstorm is still blowing all around you. And those of you that can see, well, I mean, Divot, you're really the only one that sees the entire exchange. You see as Krampus, with his goat horn stuck into the armor plates of Thorkis's, you know, like the breastplate of his armor, suddenly reaches back, grabs that patchwork sack that he had slung over his shoulder, and bags Thorkis. You see him completely disappear into the bag, as it just kind of like. And he slings it over his shoulder. His horns no longer, embedded in the onyx heart. You see him sling it over as a snow gust spins around him, turning him invisible. Now, Divot, you can still see him. So your robe of eyes, again, you feel the the vest of eyes. You see the 1,000 stitched eyes all lock in on him, and you see his shimmering outline as if you can peer directly through the ethereal plane, because you can. And so, yeah, you see him sitting there with a slung, sack over his back that Thorkis Onyx Heart has disappeared inside of. Was that the end of your turn, Divot? You had Eldritch Blasted. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, fortunately.
Hex and Eldritch Blast, yeah. So yes, your turn is over, which brings us to Thorkis, Onyx Heart. Thorkis, you're just floating through a void. You try to move, your big, strong dwarven muscles flex as blood pumps through the veins as you attempt to fight against this restriction of your body. You can't move. You try peering around in the darkness all around you, finding no light, no point to fix your vision to. You see nothing. You are both blinded and restrained in a pocket dimension. Unfortunately, fortunately, you only had a bonus action this turn to lose, but now, unfortunately, Thorkis, not Drew, because Drew, you're my really good friend, but Thorkis, unfortunately, you're going to lose this turn being blinded and restrained. You can scream at the darkness if you have anything you'd like to.
I want you to just keep saying unfortunately as many times as possible about the situation that I'm currently in, so that everyone knows how unfortunate it is for me.
Oh, we're aware.
Thorkis, you watch as the bonus action that you could have taken floats away from you, and just as you get your hands around that juicy bonus action, it slides away, and you watch it disappear into the void. Your hands restrained once more. I allowed them freedom of movement just for that description, but now you are restrained again.
How gracious.
But Drew, we're friends forever, and I love you.
I really do love you, Bam. That's like you're one of the fucking most solid homies I've ever had.
Don't make me cry.
I've
I've cried 3 times this week.
Bro.
4. I watched Soul. Huh, that's good. Not a sponsor for sure, but watch that movie. Holy crap. Oh. All right. So Thorkis,
I'm just gonna chill here.
Kick back in the void, bro. Let me tell you, we played a little werewolf. Being in the void in Blackwater was a lot of fun. Shout out Blackwater D&D. Follow those lovely people. They are fantastic.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. I was gonna say, so I just lose a turn, right? I don't get to do.
So you're blinded and restrained. You technically still have a turn. You can't move and you can't see anything, but
okay. So
yeah.
you could theoretically use a second wind.
Oh yeah, baby. Ooh, yeah. I didn't want to take away something that wasn't yours. You can only, in fact, with your bonus act. So in this darkness, you see Thorkis. You throw a double FU to the sky, and the bonus action summons back into your hand, and you eat it, and it tastes like a second wind.
Yeah, baby.
And you hear God like, damn it.
All right. Oh shoot. It's a D10.
10, yeah,
right?
plus your fighter level. Which is 7 now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, Max! There it is.
Oh shoot, I'm not in the chat window. Damn it, I didn't even see it. Let me scroll down. Oh yeah, there we go. 17, baby.
Ooh.
All right.
That's a tasty
with
bit
that.
of healing. My man. All right, so yeah, in the void, suddenly you know, even in this void where you're kind of seemingly floating nowhere, you kind of feel that wind of the Raka. Even in this faraway, distant place, you're still in touch with that champion spirit within you. And you feel as the Raka kind of starts pushing you, you can't see, but you know you're moving through this void somewhere.
You feel the rocket, baby.
Feel that
Feel the
rocket.
rocket. Feel the rocket.
Rock with it, lean with it. All right, Ginger. No, it's Mr. Nutcracker's turn. Brunor, he gets an intelligence check. You know, recall the dumber people aren't really aware of what your challenge represents, but he does get a moment where he's like, "What's all this coral about?"
Take your moment. This is your moment.
Ooh, rolling a 6, not his brightest moment. He is gonna do the most damage that he can, which means he's gonna throw a nut. It drops out of his mouth. Now it already gets disadvantage, so Brunor, you're disadvantaged. It doesn't stack, just disadvantage. He still just has disadvantage. You do get to attack him because he's gonna attack somebody else as part of your.
All right.
And who he's going to attack?
You big dummy.
Here we go. It's going to be either Tina. Well, actually, Tina, you're too close. It's Divot. It's just you. Here we go.
It was always you.
Get to my
I knew it.
the nut toss, the nut throw. You see as he launches this nut at you, Divot. Again, with disadvantage, 11 AC. Psh, not enough. You pretty quickly just kind of, you know, this kind of strange, deathly visage of yourself, you know, as this new shadow magic, you kind of phase in and out where the shadow version of yourself stays there and you shift to the side. The nut goes through it, you know, dissipating the shadow away as you phase back into the spot.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
the gingerbread knots continue.
so wait, so he attacked, so that means I attack him?
Oh, yes, that's right. As part of your mark, I just want to make sure if it's a bonus action.
So proud of you.
A creature marked deals damage. Oh, it has to deal damage to somebody other than you, and it did miss, so never mind. I didn't notice that caveat before. So yeah, if it would have hit somebody, you get to make a special attack as a bonus action on your next turn. So that would factor into your next round of initiative. That's a little tricky in the way that it's worded, so if you need clarification, no problem.
No, I think I got it.
And you have advantage on that attack, which is nice. So it's like if they do have the balls to attack somebody else, or the stupidity rather, they then also get a big whammy from you in return.
Wham!
Whammy!
And you do.
Whammy.
You see the gingerbread knots, now 8 in number, continue marching on the west side. And just pretty much reaching the edge of your vision there, Rial. So these gingerbread knots that are kind of gathering here to the west and you know, coming in on your position, you get that little tinge as your elf ears stand up straight and turn around, and you see these shadowing, you know, gingerbread knots looming on the western horizon. The wind continues to blow. But I mean, you guys have manhandled a lot of gingerbread knots, so that's all of them. There's just little death all over the screen. I love it. Jetting arcs of strawberry jam spattered across the snowy landscape. Truly miraculous. Tina Smoothhands, you're up.
Oh yeah. Well, I noticed the nut flying above my head, and I look up, and I get that chaotic thrill tickle down my spine, and I want to once again summon my my spiritual weapon. I want to. It's currently embedded into the nutcracker in front of me, right?
Yes.
I want to summon it back, relinquish it out of it, and I want to, through this jovial, chaotic, wonderful energy I'm filled with from Shantia, I want to cause it to split into even more and attack this nutcracker with a bunch of tiny little sharded candy canes.
Yeah, you see as they...
Sharted!
Oh no. Tina shard hands.
I'm gonna roll it.
So yeah, you see the storm of
Shark
actual sized candy canes blow out of the main shaft of this, your little scythe. You all see little spinning sides, but Tina, so enamored by this wild magic in the air, she sees 1,000 little spinning candy canes all assault and attack. Go ahead and roll your spiritual weapon attack. There we go. Fortunately, you don't have advantage. Oh, actually, no. Brunor is within 5 feet. She's not on the other side of them. There's no flank there, unfortunately. So I do have to rob you of that crit.
Oh, wait, no. Bardic Inspiration is for saves, right? Not
Correct,
for...
yeah.
Fuck.
So, actually, no. You could use an inspiration dice. It's just a d6, though. So it wouldn't...
But David already used it on the 4 of us. Before he used...
Oh,
his
yeah,
Bardic...
that's a different... I'm thinking of his Bardic Inspiration, in which she would be able to add a d6 to her attack.
Oh,
that wouldn't give her advantage, is all I'm thinking. But yeah, so unfortunately a 12 AC is not good enough. It is just a bonus action to attack with your spiritual weapon, so you could still do, Sacred Flame or anything else.
Yeah, so I'm grounded once again. I'm riding this roller coaster of emotions of whipping back and forth to feeling in reality to hyping back into this wonderful chaotic spirit, and this loss brings me sort of I'm down again, and I'm like, okay, whoa. And I want to know if I saw Thoricus get bagged.
You did.
Okay, cool. So
It's not my first time in a sack, guys.
So
At least once before.
I begin to notice something's weird, something's awry. I'm trying to think through this haze that's going on in my memory right now, and in my brain right now. So I want to move forward and see if I can hit this bag or thing that is holding Thoricus in the bag, if I can hit it with Dispel Magic.
All right, so cast Dispel Magic, because it will depend on the wording. Unfortunately, he is invisible right now. So you can attempt to attack him with disadvantage, but if the wording of Dispel Magic states that you have to see the thing, which it might, you would not be able to cast Dispel Magic on the bag, unfortunately. Great idea, but in this case...
Would be able to see where the battle had taken place because of the green acidic blood that squirted out in the snow, because we haven't moved from either position.
Actually, I
range.
like this. It's a high enough level. It's 3rd level. It does not say that you can see. It says a creature, object, or magical effect within range. That is a magical effect within range. So yeah, you'll get to each spell higher. It makes an ability check using your spellcasting ability. All right, so you are going to, Tina, make a wisdom ability check. So just on your character sheet, you would just click the wisdom stat, not the saving throw, but the stat itself.
The stat. Oh no, that's the saving throw.
And the DC to beat this is 10 plus the spell's level, which in this case would be 5th level magic. So the DC is a 15 on this.
Oh, there we go. Okay, and...
Oh, no, it makes the save. I'm so sorry. All right, so it gets 10 plus 5. And the DC... Oh, it's the DC of the spell. I'm sorry, I misread that. The spell... Here we go.
Guys, let's just go.
All right, I am going to read this one more time because I don't want to ruin this. So, just so you know, Dispel Magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends, which it's not. It's a 5th level spell. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So, you, the caster. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, 15. So, what you did... Okay, so we did it correctly. You attempted to do it. Unfortunately, what did you end up getting on your wisdom check?
6 and 14, so 20.
Okay, so that would be 6 or 14 if you had the advantage, which in this case you don't. So it would just be that first roll there. So 6. Unfortunately, 6 does not beat this spell. So good try. Unfortunately, the Dispel Magic, not strong enough to dispel the bag.
Ooh, I was feeling chaotic. I was feeling crazy, and I had to go for it.
Oh no, it's definitely a good spell.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, baby.
Yeah. So yeah, I try for it. It doesn't work. And I'm still riding this happiness and this craziness, and I'm gonna just sort of plant my feet here and try to get my grounds to the situation and look up at the nutcracker in front of me, and that's all I got.
Yeah, you kind of have noticed this position that you're in behind Brunor. It didn't seem to aim at you with that giant nut. So tactically, it is always good to stand behind your protector fighter. So it feels good to stand behind the wings and shield of Brunor and Brian. All right, so Brunor, speaking of the sea serpent, you're up.
I'm gonna hit him in his nut mouth, and I got a 20. We're not doing the higher one, right?
Yeah, so
the first
typically,
one?
Unless you have advantage, you'll just read that first number.
Right. But I'm saying like we have disadvantage because of the snow still.
Only with ranged attacks.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Cause
Yep.
yeah, I got a 27.
Sweet, heck yeah.
Or
How much
26.
damage?
with 8.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sweet. Yeah, you
Dope.
slash into the giant nutcracker, cutting just a piece of the, you're kind of floating near his midsection, so you just slice a little bit off of the red coat that he wears, with the gold buttons. You just slash a little corner of it off. And he screams in pain as if that hurt him. So, like, strangely cutting his clothing off seemed to hurt him.
Awesome. We'll do it again. Blah!
Ah.
With a 19.
Heck yeah, that hits. You have 17 AC.
Great, and it's 11.
Ooh,
Slashing.
nice.
Slash, wah.
That's
Yeah.
dope. Good damage, Brunor. 19. Unfortunately, again, he didn't hit anybody. Otherwise, you'd get to do that sweet little bonus action attack. Did you have anything else you wanted to do? Oh, Brian has an
I want
attack.
Brian. I want Brian to bite him. Hold on, let me grab it.
You see that strange gray blood that oozes out of the wound as you hack into this thing, like the other one. This strange gray oozing blood comes out of the wounds.
Ew, that's gross. Well, bite. So he's gonna bite him for 17.
17 AC hits. Now, Brian works like a monster, Brenna, so it's a little different. Once he hits, click on the word bite, and it'll do damage.
Bah.
Nice.
10 piercing.
10 damage. Again, he's way too large for Brian to do his little grab spin.
Right.
So he can't really grapple this thing because he's just so large. But you see he just bites into him right at the knee and is just kind of hanging on. He'll, let go and do whatever you want him to do. But narratively, he just bites him for a nice 10 damage.
Yep, cool. So I'm good here. I'm just gonna keep on keeping on this.
He's in real bad shape. Lots of this gray blood oozes out. Again, it kind of cries out this deep, like, "Urgh" voice. Again, that kind of conflicts with the visage before you.
Okay, bye. Whatever. Oh, can I understand it at all? Like, is it because it's like an animal or no? It's not. Is it an
He
animal?
is not an animal.
Okay, I didn't know if he was an animal or not.
No, fair question.
I don't know what nutcrackers are.
Yeah.
They're things,
Valid question.
persons, places,
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not like a beast or anything, so.
Okay. Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
Soulless wood nutcracker.
Excellent. Excellent.
These cold blue eyes stare at me and they haunt me in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bruno, if you're done, then Rial Othravon emerging from the snow after that awesome turn that you had that we all remember from last time when it was great and you did all that cool stuff.
Why? No.
You watch your best friend disappear, and all of you just hear the screaming cry that pierces the snow. No! And it's Rial as he watches his best friend disappear into the bag. Rial, you're filled with anger. This is a good question. I'm pretty sure you guys can talkie each other. I believe that was one of the qualities, was even across the multiple planes, you guys could communicate. So, yeah, you hear a little, you hear what sounds like Thorcus, like getting a little healing through your mind. There's a little static, it appears he's a great distance away from you. But your rocky talkies are still linked.
Hell yeah.
Just get that a slow punctuated. Best friend.
Huh?
Where'd you go, best friend?
Hey, what? I was just healing. That's what that sound was. I was just healing. What's up?
So you just vanished. Where the fuck did you go? And I just hope that you feel better.
I got sacked. Thank you, by the way. That's so thoughtful. I love everything about who you are, and I just want to say that in case I never come back from the sack.
I love their friendship.
We'll get you back from the sack, bud. Love you always.
I want to get sacked in
I'm
the future.
hella jealous, actually.
It is strangely warm in the sack. It's a balmy
balmy.
heat.
Mm-mm. No,
82?
thank you.
About 82 degrees.
balmy
Balmy.
Krampus.
balmy
Balmy.
98.
Krampus. I got a little Krampus
Sack.
in my sack. God dang it.
So Real, what do you do?
So he got sacked.
Big
Your
time.
boy got sacked in front of you, and all your
Hypothetically,
friends
I mean,
saw.
can I run up to like right where I last saw the thing before it went invisible and just do a disadvantage melee on it?
So you can. You would have to use your cunning action to get the
To dash a bit.
but you absolutely can. But yeah, you get an attack. Again, you do have disadvantage. I don't know if you have any inspirations previously from Divot or anything to affect that, but yes, you can. You can run up in that area and make an attack.
So much emotion.
Much emote.
Which one are you? Are you attacking with?
You're about to make me cry.
I'm gonna go with Scimitar the Rapier.
Scimitar the
better.
Rapier.
Yeah, Simpson.
Sim
Sim.
Salabim.
Disadvantage 15.
15 on Krampus is a hit. Holy crap. So Real, you kind of like following this sensation that you feel in your ear from your connected talkie with your best friend Thoricus. You begin charging through the snow, and you kind of like slide down, and you all it's kind of like when you watch a gopher in the earth. You just see snow like coming up, and suddenly out of this like tuft of rolling snow, the sharp piercing edge of Scimitar the Rapier snaps out of the snow, piercing into the darkness, and you hear and you watch as the tip of your blade suddenly this image starts to materialize around the point of it. First, this red robe now oozing with green blood. You watch as it materializes further and further. You see the cloven hooves of the feet of Krampus. You see as the arms and shoulders materialize, his goat head with his long green goat horns. And lastly, his green billy goat twisted, beard pops into reality in front of you. You look at him as his yellow pupilless eyes. And he snaps and stares at you straight in the eyes, Rio. He says, "A pretty lie. And you believed it. Because a pretty lie is easier to believe than an ugly truth." And you watch as his body falls limp on your blade. Suddenly, the snow stops. You all begin looking around.
Except me.
Except for Thoricus. Yeah, you're still in the bag.
Just wanted to make sure.
Real, you
Sorry,
see the
guys.
bag
I didn't
flop
mean
to
to
the
ruin the
ground.
moment.
Flop to the ground next to you. But yeah,
Just
the
wanted to
bag
make sure I was.
bag drops to
still
the
sad.
ground. You're picking this up through the Rocky Talkie a little bit, though. You're getting a little something. There's a little something going on there.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
But
Can
yes.
someone unsack me, please?
Yeah, can I unsack him real fast?
Yeah, you pull out the throat fucker. It's a slashing weapon. You know, at first you open the bag, Rial. You look inside. You know, the body of Krampus falls limply next to you. The snow stops, but in this moment you care nothing more than the life of your friend. You open the bag and look in, and you just see nothing, like a void, like a black nothingness. You know, so worried for your friend that you almost like float your hand in there, and your hand just kind of disappears into the darkness. You just feel a cold nothingness kind of reach around, and nothing's there. In a panic, you pull the throat fucker out, you know, slashing a nice cutting blade, and you just slash the side of the bag. Thoricus, you open your eyes,
Don't do it.
and you're looking at Rial, who's looking back at you with this twisted expression on his face. Rial, you look down, and Thoricus, lying prone now on the ground next to the bag, is looking back up at you with a section of flesh smashed across his face. The strawberry jam that ran red hot now flows like blood and viscera from around this mask that he uses to see in the snow. The snow, which exists no longer. As you recoil back, you spin around and look, and the nutcracker that you had already felled now stands these massive gray legs, severed, split through the middle. A giant. A giant split in half, where once the nutcracker once was. You shift and look again, now able to look across this wide, void, snowy plain, but snow falling no longer. You can see for miles in all directions, and only far to the south do you see any trees and some mountains and hills. You stand in this large, white, snowy void. And Rial, you see the lumbering, still standing stone giant that stands before Brunor, 25 feet tall, muscular, just like the giants that you know of from the material plane. You look beyond them, and you see a massacre. Slaughtered, eviscerated bodies of these strange yellow and twig-skinned creatures. You look at the one that lay closest to you, Rial. And this is the body that you actually see where the gingerbread knots once stood. The blood now melting the snow around, creating a small river that starts to trickle around each of your feet as the sheer carnage of the scene before you suddenly comes to life. And even in the midst of this battle, which is still going on, you all can't help but look over your shoulder at the snowmen. And you see, rather than snowmen, these small, they resemble very closely gnomes with these little hats. And, oops, sorry, I'm gonna bring this up for you here. Yep, here we go. There they are, yay. You see now they stand these round, happy gnomes rather than snowmen. Blue hats, big white beards, and round eyes with soft, sweet features. But right now they all stand, faces bent in horror, as the spell that captivated even them washes away. And you look back, and you see the one snowman that picked up the head of the giant. And you see this little tiny man holding the head of a frost giant. Just staring at it. Blood trickling from the throat, splashing at his feet. He's paralyzed. He's never seen anything like this before. You've seen this as you've been guards around various towns and you see people's first witness of a murder. That feeling that they can't move, it's almost impossible to breathe. And you watch as the entire group of gnomes that had helped you stands transfixed in horror. Divot, it's your turn.
Well. Hold on.
That escalated really quickly, guys.
Wow.
All right. I see that we are no longer enchanted by whatever was enchanting us. But the fact remains that blood was drawn, and I look at the giant that just turned into a giant, and a giant is not any less intimidating than a nutcracker, and it was just trying to kill us. So I'm like, all right, well, fuck this guy, zap.
Fair enough, Divot.
Yeah, and I hit him with an Eldritch Blast. Well, actually, I'll move my hex to him.
Nice. I
Just
was
'cause I
going to
can.
give you the reminder. Good man. Yeah, you snap the hex, no longer needed on the lifeless corpse of Krampus. Now able to kind of focus way better. Your robe of eyes now gives you that sight. Divot, perhaps only you have the constitution to take in all of the sights around you at once. Now, with the extended vision of your vest of eyes, you do actually notice something on a broader horizon, far away than anybody else can see, but coming from the north, probably 5 miles away. You see thousands of these strange bramble creatures that lie dead on the ground all around you, marching toward you. You see it, at first you're like, is this the magic? Is this madness, this crazy place again affecting my mind? You kind of shake it, you're getting better with your attunement with this magic item. You focus all of the eyes on the vest toward the far horizon, and you see exactly that. An army of these strange creatures marching toward you.
Okay. Fuck. Well, I hit that guy with the hex and the Eldritch Blast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, and I hit a 20.
That hits, yeah. He has 17 AC. That's good enough. How much damage?
12 damage.
Did
And then
it?
I get to add the
For the hex. Oh.
Yeah, you do. Give me them.
Which
Who
is
doesn't love to roll
2d10?
some dice?
Sure do.
Wow.
Wow.
All right. Nice. 20. Oof. All right. Well, he was at 10, Divot. So,
All right, so I run up as close as I can get to him, which is what, like right here.
yeah.
And then I zap him to the ground, and
Zappy birthday to the ground.
yeah, as soon as he hits the ground, there's a thud, and the thud is very noticeable to everyone around. And I look at everybody and I'm like, and I look like the Matthew McConaughey meme. And I'm like, oh, they're coming. They're coming.
You see
And that's-
the massive creature fall dead to the ground. The mighty stone giant. Or I'm sorry, frost giant collapses to the. Yeah, I did that backwards. They have frost giants. The snowmen have the stone giants. Right here we go. So yes, you see the other nut. I know he's a giant now. Falls dead to the ground. In this moment now, and as the intensity of battle, you still have a fair grouping of these creatures coming at you from the west side. I'm gonna do everybody a favor and get off of this map forever. We'll just go back to this for now. But yeah, so you can just kind of see this happening. You've got a small group coming up to you. No real worry to you at all. And you actually, you kind of look up. It's just looking around. It's such a, you're now Brunor. You look down and you see that you're covered in this blood. So covered that it's run down your legs and slides down the emerald scales of Brian the Dracodile. All of your blades and weapons are coated in this thick, syrupy blood of these living creatures. These, if anybody wants to give me what would that be? I guess a nature check or a history check, either one. You might know what these creatures are. They are of Fey origin.
I rolled a 16.
That's actually good enough. They're not particularly rare. They're Spriggans. Now they're not the traditional Spriggans that you've heard of. As Spriggans are extremely small. These ones seem like infused and twisted. They have exceptionally dark twists and points to them, as you can see in the image. They shine with an eerie light. But yes, these Spriggans lie all around you. Some of them have patches of yellow, yellow skin in areas that have like tufts of red fur on them. But they're strangely made, almost like the bag itself. So Brunor, you're aware this is a Fey creature. This is a Spriggan. That's what these are.
Excellent. Creature, taking notes.
Rial, you should definitely keep that sack.
Yeah, you do see the slashed sack kind of laying on the ground in front of you, all patchwork and weird. You're like,
I think that's a fantastic idea. We can fix
Did
that.
somebody say sack?
I just want to say, like, I came out of the bag normal, right? Like, with all my shit. I didn't come out, like, Ace Ventura 2 style, like, out of the rhino's butthole. Like,
no, sir. No, yeah, Thorcus, you kind of just like materialize. You were laying prone, so you're on your back. You're kind of like looking up at Rial, like who's still looking at you terribly, like what is this? You're kind of suddenly becoming aware of it as you feel the warmth running down your skin. You're like, wait, that's blood. It's not strawberry jam. It's not strawberry jam at all. It's blood.
I'll take the face off though.
I'm still totally fine with it though.
Yeah, you want to take Krampus's sack?
Yeah, yes, please. I mean, shit.
Heck yeah. It is, you cut into it. You do know it's like a magic item, so there might be some kind of trick to making it work. But yeah, you bag Krampus's sack.
Nice.
Now, Bam, I do have another question. Everything else that looked like other things has turned into what they actually look like.
In fact, you look at the Spriggans to the west, that group of 8 that was coming up, and even the look on even their face right now, like they've stopped advancing, and they're starting, you see their feet, their sharp twig feet kind of start shifting as if they're about to run to the north, like run toward their army. They're like so terrified at even what they see right now. You see everybody seems extremely confused by what is actually taking place right now.
I want to cast Hypnotic Pattern on that group of Spriggans over there.
All right. You cast Hypnotic Pattern. Go ahead and hit it. I think they get saving throws. You know what? I'm sorry. I know we all hate this map, but we're going back to it.
We kind of have to.
Take that. People with eyes is like, I'm red-blue colorblind, so this map was like torture. And I was like, I'm so sorry. But I'm bringing us back. Here, let me select a few of these. You'll bear with me here. This is the chromier side. Let me get rid of some of these gingerbread men.
Polar bear with you.
I made them. It's good that they're gray and yellow too, because they stand out super well in this map.
Oh my god!
I can barely see. Don't worry, we won't be here for long. So yeah, it works. Go ahead. They all get a DC 16 save. Here comes. I'm gonna do a save for each of them. So there's 8. No, we'll save for the group. They all failed. I got a 9. I was just like, I don't want to roll 8 times. That sounds annoying.
Yeah.
So yes, save for the group. They fail. You freeze them in place. They're all stunned. And they're not stunned. They're just kind of standing there. They're charmed. They're like, oh hey, oh, it's Divot. Oh, hey, Divot. Oh, remember all those things we've done in the lifetime of memories we've shared together? You really are one of my best friends. That guy, Divot, over there. He's a good man. Good man. The whole group, 8 dudes, are all like, yeah, really, Divot's like the friggin' best, man. Like,
this battle actually took a lot out of me, and I look over at, Rial, and I'm like, I don't even remember what I did that for.
All right. So yeah, this group here, I'm gonna take us. Like I said, we're gonna go out of the initiative battle here. So feel free to zoom into whatever comfort level suits you. Pick maybe a nice, maybe a gingerbread man. But they.
I just don't want anybody running off to warn anybody about anything.
Fair point. They are all locked in place, and like I said, that spell is dope because if they fail, it's just like up to a minute. So you got them chilling for a minute, and they're all like
right.
I said, they're all friendly toward you. And again, we're out of the combat encounter now. So all threats are neutralized. You now have these charmed Spriggans are all standing in front of you. Again, Divot, you know, certain fey creatures are immune to charm, but so adept are you in this environment. Again, that bardic side of your magic is far stronger, and so your hypnotic pattern, you know, hits a little harder. And even they, yes, stand transfixed and charmed by you.
Can I communicate with one of them?
Absolutely.
All right, so I communicate with the most attractive bramble creature of the group.
All right, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When looking at these creatures, they're not the worst looking. You know, they've got that like, you know, like some of the things in Avatar, you were like, I mean, I wouldn't, but like maybe I would. There's one of those. You're looking at it, you're like, I don't know what a man or a woman is, but this one has a little bit more of an ample chest, some curvy
I have a thing for
hips.
trees.
Yeah,
so.
you know, you think her voice might be a little more like this than the brambly male. But yes, you see one with these like kind of yellow jetting antlers that shoot out like brambles off of its head. And you know, the sharp features of its face are kind of like a doe. You know, it's got like a short little narrow mouth and a little nose and a tight mouth that, you know, she peers at you. You're charmed by you as you know, attempt to speak with her mind. You can speak, as long as they can speak, you can speak to them, so.
So I'm like, what are you and who are you doing? Or who are you and what are you doing?
Who am I, Divot? We're friends. No, I'm kidding. I don't have to keep doing that. We are the army of Queen Mab. She seeks the workshop. She struck first, started the war.
All right, so I relay that to everybody.
Bruno, you hear these words. They hit you a little hard. You again, having with your knowledge of these fey creatures, you know for a fact that the theory of the Feywild, there is no war. Like, it's fanciful trickery spirits, and that the primal pursuits of men, the violent, that turns fey creatures away. And so, again, it's almost like learning something that goes against everything you ever learned about the subject, to hear that there is a war occurring. And Queen Mab is also a figure, now that you've heard the name Queen Mab, she's the very like well-known lord of ice and shadow. She's the queen of hags and witches and trickster spirits. And, you know, she's legendarily one of the two ruling powers in the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wow.
she's crazy.
Not necessarily somebody we want to be an enemy.
Yeah, you remember, Divot, you're like, you hear that Queen Mab, and you're like, wait, Auntie Agatha, remember, was like, you pissed Queen Mab off when you destroyed that sundial. Now, you feigned ignorance, of course, but you do. I mean, we all remember the sundial. I made a silly face. So let's remember the silly face. It was silly. But yeah, so destroying that sundial, interrupting whatever fey ritual was occurring in the Dryad's Cult, seems to have drawn the ire of Queen Mab. Now, Auntie Agatha, looking to get into her good graces, has sent you guys as an offering to Queen Mab. You don't really necessarily know why, but yes, that's, you know, that's kind of putting some of those pieces together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've got him for 1 minute. I'm going to actually do a real minute now. So you have 1 minute to ask these guys whatever you want.
Okay, gang. Do we want to try to, like, get them to take us to parlay with the queen, or do we want to kill them so that they can't go warn everybody about us? Are we with the gnomes?
Well, I swear to God, it's been so long, but someone said something about, it was Sumner, wasn't it? Sumner Milton? He said that there was going to be a war in the kingdom of Gray something
Let's
God,
tell
come on,
the
Emily.
Let's
Raylan
tell the
Aragorn?
guys that we tried to save.
First with them, and he
Yeah,
said
I'm all for like
they're against-
negotiating and teaming up with them.
Yeah, now that they're not trying to murder us and we have asserted dominance, maybe we can get them to take us.
Wait, are they?
Safe.
I mean, yeah, it's only because they're hypnotized right now that they are not trying to actively murder us, correct?
True. I mean, yeah. I mean, right now.
'Cause, I mean,
Again,
we
this is,
murdered,
you know,
like,
I'm not
all
still
of
running the
their
clock on you.
friends.
This is like the magical effect. You know, a charm, they think of him as a friend. When the spell wears off, that friendship may be gone, but their active brain, you know, who you're communicating with is still there. So I'm not against an attempted diplomacy type check or something here, if that's
I
what
would
you're
say-
inclined to try.
I wouldn't say necessarily diplomacy, but maybe like pump up for information while you're all chummy chums.
All right. He says that, and I run over and I'm like, "Who is the queen?"
The queen, Divot? You know, it looks at you kind of confused. You know, the sharp features of her face. Kind of like, such a strange question. The queen is the night. The queen is the shadow. The winter, chased by the spring. She is everything.
And I turn and look at everybody and I'm like, they didn't say anything.
She again cocks her eyes, seemingly confused by even these questions. Still, you know, even though charmed by you, dazed at the surroundings. What would you do, Divot? Would you kill? Have you killed?
Yes.
I have never killed. What does it feel like to kill?
Okay, and I look at everybody and I'm like, so what do we want to do here?
Feels great. All right, that would be the minute. The charm wears off.
Oh, horse shit.
Oh,
They do not attack. They still
Oh.
stand, strangely, confusedly. Charm, the magic of charm, not so alien to them. It's almost like breathing underwater. They look around. They still look at you. The one that you're talking to, Dividus, seems to step forth almost as if they're leader, stepping, you know, in front of the others.
All right, so I remember the visions that I've had in the past, and I look at the one that stepped up, and I'm like, I know that the queen takes issue with us, but we are not the enemy. A much larger battle comes, and we should speak of the future. And I'm not sure that that's true, but that's what I say.
Okay.
You hear the voice again. What would you have us do? And they look around. You see their spirits broken at just the savage mayhem around them on the ground. What? How do you
And
do
I
that?
say, you were sent to collect us, is that correct?
We want the workshop. You were in the way. The queen said you were here. Happy she would be. Bring you to her. Do you wish to see the queen?
Wait, what's
Yeah.
so special about the workshop?
yeah,
Why do they want it so bad?
We can ask the queen.
yeah.
We can
What's
also
that?
ask this guy before we meet the queen. Or I'll just destroy him like I did all of his other fucking friends. So maybe
Great.
you just might want to tell us the fucking truth.
Thorcus, you could grab one of those gnomes and ask them what's their deal.
That's the gnome.
All
I'll,
right,
I'll keep the tree people busy for a second.
Let's do it. Let's get them both here. Let's play truth or dare. And whoever loses, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
Yep.
so
I won't
Thorcus,
lose.
Are you walking? You're walking over to the gnomes?
Wherever they are, yes.
Yeah, they're to the south.
I can't see anything, so.
So yeah, you guys you start walking to the south, still with the peeled flesh of one of these spriggans, just the fleshy kind of orange skin with the dark red hairs, kind of still stuck to your face as you walk forward toward one of these little round gnomes who's seemingly lost, just staring around. You see tears rolling down his eyes. He still can barely move, his body shaking as he looks up at you and sees the sight. And again, frozen, just looks up at you.
Just, come on, son. Let's, we're gonna go talk over here real quick.
I'm gonna clean him up real fast. Press digitation just to get the blood off.
You summon magic on him and you see him look down. Looks down at his clothes. Looks at his hands, stained with some of this blood. Back to the workshop! And he screams, and you see all the gnomes start shaking. Now you can grab him, Thorgus, you totally can. All the ones that you're not grabbing are suddenly snap out of their thing and start running to the south.
Tina, hit him with a thaumaturgy. Hit him with the fucking fear of God. Stop all those little bastards from running away, please.
Right on it. Got ya.
Thank you,
I
babe.
hear you. Mm-hmm.
All right, thaumaturgy, you boom your voice with the voice of whoever. What do you say? You see them all freeze. Terrified once more. Backs all turned to you, except for one, which is just kind of like writhing, and Thorkus is just kind of holding his shoulder. This is little round feet, like.
I'm not hurting
on the
him.
snow.
I'm just like.
No, yeah, no.
Buddy.
Yeah, he's just like.
Come on.
Yeah, super cute.
This is not happening.
He's like he kind of looks like this little guy.
You're just wearing yourself out. It's
chill. All right, so yeah, Thorkus, you've got this this guy. He seems pretty extremely shaken, and Gus, you're still talking to the other one. So, what have you?
Well, I was gonna say, Riel, how about, you go over with Divot, and that way we can at least talk to each other about what's happening on the tree side and what's happening on the gnome side. Tin and I will be here. You and Divot will be there, and then Bruno, or maybe, I don't know, go. What you got? What's up? What's good?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll just clean up or something.
I
Bruno
press
just kind of walks.
Bruno clean just because I can.
Yeah.
All right.
A nice handy prestidigitation in moments like these. Bruno, you can still kind of feel it even though it's not there. Like the shame and guilt of many battles from before. Just the strange feeling of being caked in the blood of your enemies.
I'm
feeling
still talking
tricked.
to the tree. I was just like...
Yeah, a little quick side prestitigi, no problem. So yeah, you see the Spriggan creature, Divot, still kind of perplexed. You wish to meet the queen.
Was that cool? Did you like when I did that?
Simple magics. Funny, you call from here and don't know.
So listen, what's your whole deal?
We are the army of Queen Mad, the arm of her might. She seeks us and wills us into being. What wills you into being?
And I kind of look over at Riel. And then I look back over at this thing.
You hear the heartbeat.
And I'm like, look, tree.
Birch, please.
You trying to leave? You gotta tell me. can we trust you to take us to the Queen?
Yes? The Queen would love to meet you. She sent us here. Said to find you. Said to find the workshop. I can take you to the Queen. And you see she raises her arm up and the other ones just kind of all set their arms to the side passively, almost like a mannequin without life. They just settle onto the ground.
Okay, that was creepier than I expected it to be.
It's so vague.
And I look over at Thoricus, and I'm like, "What's up with the gnome guy?"
Holy shit, you got one of these too?
Oh, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I speak gnome."
Hey.
Yeah,
like,
he actually speaks telepathically because of his warlock pact.
yeah. Did you know that David has one of these things too?
I'm just like, hold up my stone. I'm like,
When did you guys attune? You guys attune without me?
no stones over. No stones over.
Fuck. Come on, David. You're better than that. Like, we should have all at least attuned together. Okay? This is now weird.
I missed the attuning. That was so fun.
And I'm so sorry. What was the question? I'm sorry. The information.
I'm crying again. Ugh.
No,
I was just asking what was up with the gnome guys.
Oh, they're like trying to run away and shit. I'm being all nice, and they're like, "Fuck that." Big surprise. I'm being so nice. Sorry.
His little feet kicking.
I'm being really, really nice. And I'm just holding this one here, and we're going to try and stop the other ones. And then, how about we just get these guys together, and we all just try to talk it out, and whoever's answer sounds the best, we'll go with them and just murder the fuck out of the other ones. And we need to find out what's so special about the workshop, and, you know, how did things go with the tree people? How was that?
They are also interested in the twerk shop.
Okay, yeah, but they're creepy a little bit, though. I think I heard a weird...
Yeah, I was getting a lot of personality from the one, and then the rest just seemed like,
That's so weird for you, because, I mean, normally you're just catching vibes, like, not even trying, you know what I mean? Like, you're hungover or shit, and, like, they're just throwing that shit at you, and I'm like, fuck, why can't I do that? And I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. But what else, though? Did I cut out?
and I just kind of I look over at Brunor, and I'm just like, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Maybe somebody should ask the dwarves what they're what's so important about the house. How about you do that, Thoricus? How about you? Whatever.
How about we just all go to the workshop and see what happens?
I'm down.
All right.
There you go.
You kind of turn and you look and you look back over at the Spriggan in front of you, Divot, and you see that kind of like weird lost look. Even though you're talking to everybody else, that question is still kind of ringing inside of you. Like, what wills you into life? The question kind of rattles you a bit. And you're looking, and then another phrase starts ringing in your ears. Would you like to see the Queen? Would you like to see the Queen? Would you like to see the Queen? And then you start kind of hearing it spin around you. You're starting to feel like you're hearing it from many different directions all at the same time. You start hearing the building kind of cold wind coming back, but with no snow this time. As this shadow starts to grow in the sky. You see this billowing black and purple cloud. First in the sky, and then slowly, like a trickling waterfall, descending to the ground. As this purple and black smoke billows out from the ground, you suddenly see a flash of black and purple light. From the light, you see 8 black, like jet black polar bears walking side by side, four in a row, pulling this chariot. They suddenly start building up and running toward you. You see the snow blowing back in all directions. Divot, see the queen? Do, 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 do. See the queen? Do, do. Suddenly the eyes of the Spriggan turn crystal black and purple. You fool! I am the queen! And that's where we're gonna pick it up next time, guys.
I can't do this anymore, guys. This is the trees are bullshit.
What? Why do we ever trust the trees?
Never trust the tree. Never trust the tree.
We gotta get to Ganjaria where you can trust the trees.
Smoke
man.
the trees.
I'm trying to make everybody
Smoke
anti-tree.
bush.
Man, it's my real.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's my lighter.
Oh man. Ooh, that new. Sorry, I had to unveil that new Sandy track. We'll get a better taste of it next week. Thank you guys so freaking much. Holy crap. Carolyn, we love our beanies. Thank you so much. Legit, I've like always wanted a beanie like this. That's like kind of like got that little, it's like chill in the back, and I got the hair now, so I can like, I
And
can
then we
rock
got little nugs.
it. Take little nugs, baby. Oh, guys,
Yeah.
seriously, I am not one of those pessimistic folks. I love the new year. I love optimism. I love a brighter tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining us for this beginning to a new year that it would be pretty friggin' hard to be worse than the rough year we all shared together. Thank you for helping all of us get through it. Thanks to my cast for helping me get through it. Thanks to the buds for helping us get through it. It's seriously, it's just this little fucking amazing thing that is the light of my life. So, thank you, my love, all the best cast fucking ever, favorite people in the world, my beanie babies, all. We do, man, I love you guys. We will remember, YouTube people, get your Christmas second Christmas Amazon gift card, share, like, and comment, and you will be eligible. And then I will reach out to you through the YouTubes. So thank you guys so much. This is the greatest joy of my life. We do have a little ritual we like to do around here. Maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you haven't. But we like to take a lighter, like this one. I had green last time. I went red this time. This one actually works, unlike the green one from last time. And make sure you're not going to light anything on fire. And go lighters up. Happy New Year, buds. Thanks for playing D&D with us. We love you.
Man, dude, that was good.
That was
Was
so
that
good.
good?
Wow.
Yeah, good.
And you'll never have to look at this map again.
So what? You can't touch me. 'Cause I'm from the internet.